It's coming up. It's your boy T Studio X here. Here's your host T Studio X. So let's so excuse me. So I'm going to say that I apologize that my internet was down for a few days. Pretty much. I was supposed to do this stream last night. So today is Thursday, October 29th, 2020. So I got two topics to tackle down in this duration of this live stream. That's when so later on I would like to do Amazon Prime, which Amazon, they suspend my Amazon membership for no reason. So that's one topic I could tackle down. And the other one, YouTube is rigged, which I would like to leave off like I did on Tuesday night. YouTube nowadays it's just getting ridiculous nowadays with their stupid changes. But first topic, I want to talk about why Amazon took my Prime membership and suspended it on Tuesday night, which that's completely 100% bullshit. Why Amazon done this to me? I paid the freaking price. I freaking paid the price just to get a membership on Amazon, the Prime. And they suspend me for that for nothing. You mean they suspended my Prime membership on Amazon, which that was bullshit and stuff like that. So what's up, my boy Bex, the Jedi Bloom Master, the tallest one out of the bunch? Glad to see you. Want to make sure that you're a mod. And stuff like that. So yeah, we got Bax on the board. What's up, my brother from another mother? So that's just leaving off why Amazon, they suspend my membership, which I think is ridiculous. I didn't do anything wrong to them. So first of all, Amazon, I'm talking to you, Amazon. I hope you're watching this, Amazon. Why did you suspend my membership? Which I think it's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. I can see if I can get backs up on the panel. I'd love to talk to. I can see if I can try to do it through Facebook if I can. I don't trust trolls when they come up on the panel. You mean I can tell that YouTube and the other social medias aren't even secured, not even close to be secured. So we got one in the house. So right now I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to explain what's going on with Amazon. They try to up their prices and stuff like that for Prime membership, which that's ridiculous. They shouldn't even raise the prices up. That's ridiculous. Why are they raising prices up? Yeah, apologize to Houston that my internet cut out while I'm in the middle of live streaming, which I freaking hate that. I freaking hate it when I'm in the middle of a live stream and then the internet cuts out on me and I hate that. Who's the stream? There will be no spamming in the chat. Let's be loyal to each other. No drama or cyberbullying. No asking for returns. Please, if you want to say the word subscribe, use it in a full sentence. As you can see on the ticker on the bottom screen. Make sure you watch a video in full and leave a genuine comment to the video that you just seen, but it has to be about the comment. I mean the video, excuse me. So Amazon, they don't have they don't have a reason to suspend my Prime membership. No reason at all why they did this to me. And I paid the price. I paid the price just to get that. And I mentioned about that in the video. And plus, there's another topic that I like to throw down on this into the stream. character limits. I hate character limits, and that's and on Tuesday night, late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, I made a brief, short video about character limits, and I really, really, really hate that. You mean you want to write like a long message and you're out of and it got to the limit. I just hate character limits, which same thing that goes on with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the other social media networks. The social media networks, which includes pretty much everything. Yep, the title in the description, it will say YouTube has problems. Yes, they do. They do have problems. They don't know how to get their math right with their analytics. I mean, with the subscriber count, because when I get a notification for a new subscriber, my subscriber count should go up. But I mentioned that in the last stream. So I mentioned about that in the last stream about when I get a new subscriber on the notification, my subscriber count goes down. And stuff like that. Can't believe there's no people up on here. So Sunday, I was at 760 and I'm down to. I mean, last night I was down to 761, I believe. And they love pulling these tricks. They love removing subscribers from our channels and stuff like that. They love doing that to annoy us. It's ridiculous. And plus, number one, they're supposed to be removing the ones that are bots, not the people that are active, not the channels that are active. They should remove the channels that are bots. Character limits. You mean definitely definitely hate character limits. I mean, for instance, you're making a like an emoji. I mean, let's say if you type an emoji such as a like a prayer or a happy face or fire emoji or something like that, it takes two spaces and it's supposed to take only one space, not two. One. Because when you type an emoji, that should only take one space, not two.
Even spaces. You mean I just don't get it why spaces they take the up character and it's just the space in between words in a sentence. Come on. That should not take space. If there's that should not take space in between the words, like in a sentence. They shouldn't that should not count as a character. You mean it takes people off. And it pisses me off because I'm trying to write a long at least a long like a conversation or something like that. That's what I hate about these stupid character limits. They suck. Like, and yes, I did a rant on the video. Like I said, character limits suck. So I like to, as you can tell, YouTube. Let's explain about this. My channel is hitting the fan, as you can tell. I mean, as you can tell by the title. You mean I'm not the only channel that's hitting the fan. There's some other small channels are hitting the fan too. You mean it's hard to grow channels as we put content on our channels as we work our fingers to the bone? You mean I never think that YouTube is easy, but it's not easy. You mean it's hard. And these purges here on YouTube is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's annoying. And several years we've been doing, I mean, since these channels have to do with all this, the mess and stuff like that. So number one, they should remove the ones that are bots. I'm pretty sure my channel is not a bot. It will never be a bot channel. Never have, never will. Because I'm real. I go for the real. I do not go for fakes. I just don't get about this this platform. And it even takes even longer to get to our goals because of their YouTube's bullshit tricks that they pull behind our damn backs. It's what they do. Put a stop to all that crap what YouTube's doing. Anybody whoever is behind YouTube should get fired. Look at these small channels, they're struggling because because so these it's because of these dumbass changes that they come up with. These changes, you mean I'm talking about changes for the you mean and yeah, sometimes changes they're flat out ridiculous. And Amazon, thank you for suspending my my Prime membership for no reason because all you did is throw that stupid ass red bloody banner in my face. What you did. It's what you did and suspend my membership, Prime membership, where that was completely bullshit. You shouldn't even do that in the first place because like I said, I paid the freaking price. I paid $12.99 for that. $12.99 a month for that. That's $13 if I yeah, $13 a month. And Amazon and you suspend my Prime membership for no reason. There was no reason for that. No reason for that. Not at all. So yeah, not at all. No reason at all why they took my Prime membership benefits away from me off of my account. That's bullshit. I tell you that is bullshit. BULLSHIT triple exclamation point. Bullshit. No reason at all for that. There ain't no damn soul in this damn live stream. That's for sure. Yep, definitely love you backs. You rock backs. But finishing off with Amazon pulling the trick on me by suspending my Prime membership in the benefits, and they suspended me for no reason. that out because of their fucking horseshit tricks that they pulled, and I freaking paid the price for that to get memberships on the Amazon so I could watch the Amazon Prime. And you mean I like to get these benefits back? Amazon had no reason to suspend my Prime membership and benefits. They had no reason. They, you mean they had no reason why they had to do that on Tuesday night? That's bullshit. Okay, moving on with YouTube and their changes and stuff like that. You mean if people who has an Amazon account, has that happened to you guys when you got your Prime membership and you paid price and they suspend you for that? You mean I didn't do anything wrong to Amazon? You mean number one, I'm paying their prices so I can have their so I would watch movies from Prime and stuff like that. You mean the whole entire system, the media is rigged. The streaming, I mean, Amazon shouldn't do that again because, like I said, I paid the price for that, and the benefits were there for Prime because when people are buying stuff online, so people wouldn't have to wait for the the shipping and the delivery and stuff like that after when people buy stuff online. You mean I know there's tons of stuff online from Amazon to buy, but so if you buy stuff with Prime, you would so your shipping will be expedited, which means it would get to your place faster. So you wouldn't have to wait for a couple days or you wouldn't have to wait for like a week or so. Like I said, Amazon had no reason to take away my Prime membership. No reason at all. No reason at all. So we're about 31 minutes in, just got started. You mean, so hopefully starting in November, I'd like to do more streams every day. Every day or every other day. But I definitely need to set up the schedules for those days from November 1st through the 30th. And I would like to do a Thanksgiving live stream and the one on Christmas and stuff like that. At least I did one for Easter just past April and stuff like that. What's up, Nikki? How's how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, welcome to the live stream. It's gonna retract that. So I know for 3 or 4 months, ever since August, ever since August, I've been in the 700s for nearly 3 months. Nearly 3 months. Basically 4 months because we're since we're since October is basically almost over, and I know we got 30th to go and 31st to go, and then November 1st will start Sunday. Remember, don't forget to change your clocks behind on Saturday night, which includes myself. But we so since it's fall, we got to fall the we got to fall the hour behind. We got Rachel Loves Disney in the building. How are you? Let's see, get some real love in here. I would like to show some love back. So I'm just gonna explain what's going on with YouTube. So YouTube recently deleted the likely spam folder, so they deleted that, which that was ridiculous. Because how are we supposed to know that these comments are spams? And they took that away. Checked it on my phone. And my computer. And stuff like that. Number one, YouTube should have left that likely spam folder, unless they moved it somewhere else. And they moved the subscriber count on the YouTube studio from right hand corner to the top center. I mean, these changes are bogus. You mean why can't they make good changes? We got four people in the house. We're 40 minutes in. Sorry everyone that my internet cut out when I was in the middle of a stream. I was playing my guitar and stuff like that. You mean yeah, I was on a regular stream. It wasn't a panel stream. I know this is a panel stream. So what else should I tackle down with the topic? So I mentioned about why Amazon suspend my account. I mean my not my account, my membership, my Prime membership. In 2020. I know this year was totally wasted. At least I know this year was totally wasted. Back in March, I know schools were canceled out due to the pandemic and crap like that. Places are closed. Places already has closed down due to it. You mean this year, 2020, it's already destroyed. This year, it's already been destroyed. Places that people has gone out of business and shut its doors for good. I mean, shut its doors due to the COVID-19. This is a fucked up year that we ever had in our whole entire lives. I'm talking about the entire world that we had to deal with all that. I mean, I'm talking about this chaos that happened this year. I am definitely sick of seeing these damn political ads in between Joe freaking Biden and Trump. Hate seeing that shit. You mean I'm trying to watch a video without you mean yeah, I'm trying watching these videos. I mean, I'm talking about content when I watch content videos like when I check the channel's videos and stuff like that. You've got to deal with them stupid ads. These ads are so annoying. And yeah, YouTube Premium, you gotta pay a fortune for getting rid of those ads and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. YouTube TV, they want $65 a month for YouTube TV. I think YouTube TV. I think that's taking ad revenue out of these channels that they're out of these channels. The money from their ad revenue. Well, it's all they think is about money. So number one, the mistakes that YouTube makes. They invented the stupid purge back in what is it, 2016 or so, or was it 2012? and Susie Wojcicki, which I definitely don't like her at all, which is the YouTube CEO. I definitely don't like her at all. What's up, Sherry McMillan? How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming to the thanks for coming to the stream, and I know a lot of people on here on this. I mean, yeah, some people here on the stream are struggling, especially when there are small channels and stuff like that. Doing okay. How are you doing? Doing fine. At least I'd stayed warm and dry because it was raining outside all day. It's probably gonna be raining tomorrow and Saturday, probably through Sunday at least. Which I think it's come from Hurricane Zeta. That's probably where the storm is coming from. Zeta spells out Zeta. Glad to see you, Sherry. I mean Sherry McMillan. So if you don't have Sherry McMillan, make sure you show her some real love. Watch her videos in full, especially the latest video. We had it come through here yesterday. Just rain, no damage. That's good. That's good. No damage. Yeah, this is what I think that the where we're getting all this rain here in Pennsylvania from. It's I wonder if it's either Hurricane Zeta or tropical storm. I don't know if it's either a hurricane. The school that I go to used to be Athens School District. When I graduated back in 2010, we used to have like normally we used to have 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and we usually have at least a 6 day cycle. it was a hurricane, but now it's just a storm. It was a tropical storm, tropical depression. So let me tell you about the video that I saw on this platform. So I know it was a like a fire drill video. So now I'm at elementary school. So the question is, what's the sense for lining up on what's the sense for lining up while they're already outside the school on the playground, stuff like that? You mean that's just dumb right there. You mean let's say people let's just tell them about the you mean let's say back in elementary school, kindergarten through fifth, or sometimes kindergarten through fifth or sixth, basically kindergarten through fifth, sometimes fifth, sometimes some middle schools or intermediate schools, middle school usually, so one of the schools like usually starts fifth grade. Normally, you're in middle school, fifth grade. Remember, I didn't get to middle school until I was sixth grade, sixth and seventh, and then junior high, eighth and ninth. So back in so the video on YouTube, there was a when the alarm goes off, and so so normally you're in the building. So so normally in the building, usually a fire alarm usually go off for a fire drill, and people usually find the designated area, like the meeting spot. But when people already are outside and they and probably have to attend the you mean when people are outside and the fire alarm goes off and people are already the kids are already on the playground, they still have to line up to go to their classes and stuff like that. You mean so normally in back at school, the day we should have like a fire drill and normally one fire drill a month or sometimes one one fire drill a month. Rather I'm in a classroom or rather I'm in gym or whatsoever. So normally, fire alarm goes off. At least we know what to do when normally in school. There's usually a fire drill in elementary school, and I remember we used to. So no, so on the first day, from elementary school to middle school to high school, usually on the first day, we usually have the first fire drill in the afternoon, sometimes in the morning. It depends what school people go to, but some yes, I remember we used to have a fire drill on the first day of school, and it's usually normal because we know what to do. But in the morning, on the first day of school, there's usually an assembly to to see what the school year is going to be for the grades. So they talk about the new classes, the new grades, new teachers, new courses, and stuff like that. Normally, they usually have. I know some of the schools got like technology, like tech ed, technology education, home economics, which would be or family and consumer science. I remember when I took that class. Boy, I loved that class. That's like back in middle school, sixth, seventh, yeah, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Basically, 2 years, six, 2 years of sixth grade, 2002, 2003 school year. That's my second. I mean, that's my first sixth grade, and I was 11 going on 12. And I used to ride the little bus. And 2003, 2004 school year, I was in the sixth grade, but I was held back a year. And I was 12 going on 13. I got to go take brother. I will come back and watch. Thank you, Sherry McMillan, for watching. Come back anytime. You are definitely welcome to come back. Just telling you, I was just telling the days I went to school from middle school. The first I went to, so back in Head Start. So I'm going to tell you back in Head Start and the fire alarms that they had when we had I mean, when we had like fire drills and stuff like that. So back in school, preschool, it took place at the SRU Joint School. There was two schools in one joint. Harriet Child Elementary School was the part, and the other one was SRU. I think it used to be the high school. Then it was the middle school for sixth and seventh graders. So it had like so it had its own gym, the the Harriet the Harriet Child, the Harriet W Child Elementary School. I know it's recently closed in 2013, but the whole school is SRU Elementary School, which people who lives in Ridgeberry Township, I mean Smithfield Township, Ridgeberry Township, and so is Ulster Township here in the county. That's what SRU stands for. Smithfield, Ridgeberry, and Ulster. That's what SRU stands for. So the fire alarms that they had before it got remodeled, they had a simplex coded system. I know they had simplex coded fire alarm. I think they had like 4050s for the horns. It was 4050 horns and they were red. And they had coded pull stations from Simplex. And some of the coded pull stations had bad back boxes on them, and they had bells for. So they had bells for use for the in between classes. But nowadays schools they have bells over the loudspeaker. Sometimes it could have a buzzing sound. Sometimes it has a chime sound or a tone. That's probably what the school bells are nowadays are. So that was 2000. I mean, Wait a minute, it wasn't 2004. I'm talking about 1995, 1996 school year, which I was in preschool. I used to ride the little bus. It used to be Bradford and Tioga County Head Start. That's what it said on the side of the bus and stuff like that. Or sometimes it would say first student. You mean it didn't have the eight-way flashes, but the bus was yellow? It was, I know the bus is little. So the bus was little, and it was a Chevy bus. It was like a Chevy G20 or G30 chassis. I think it was like mid bus. It didn't have the stop sign on the left. It didn't have that eight-way flashers, red on the outside, ambers on the inside. Didn't have that. It was like, I think it says for students on the bus on front and back. And I know the bus was like in the 90s and something like that. So I'm pretty sure it was like a probably a 94 or something like that, or a 92 or what year, whatever that bus is. I know. But before, on the very first day, I remember they had a brown Ford Econoline that was an E150. It's either an E150 or an E250 van. And it was like in the 90s. You mean, that's the I'm talking about the Ford Econoline that has the brick notes in the front and stuff like that. You mean I'm talking about those kind of vans. It was a brown van. They had school students on front and back. They had the yellow sign with black letters, front and back. It would say school students because if the bus broke down, they had a van. They had a brown van for a spare vehicle for a van driver. I remember riding in that van. It had like barn doors on the side and the back. You mean I'm talking about the double doors that opens outward, and same thing goes to the back. Boy, it carries a lot of people in there too. Enjoying the nice ride from school and back, including the bus. From kindergarten through fourth, from 90s, from 1996, 1997 school year to 2000 to 2001. So I went to Lynch Ellen, Audio Lynch Ellen Austin Elementary School. So I went there. It was before it got remodeled. So it's before it got remodeled. First, I'm going to talk about the alarm system that they have nowadays at the SRU school. So the simplex codable, I mean, the simplex system was replaced by EST. The type of pole stations, the initiating devices they have, I know they got smoke detectors. I know it's from EST. The type of alarms that they have for a notification of the notification appliances. They had EST Genesis, which would be the white version of the horn strobes, and it has this high pitch, high pitched noise when the alarm goes off, and I know it's loud in the restrooms and the locker room. They usually have a strobe with Genesis strobe. I know it looked like a horn strobe, but the piezo, the piezo that's inside of the alarm, the notification device, the notification signal, the strobe is for visual, and the piezo itself, the horn, that would be the audio. So the way that it works, the horn and the strobe has to work. But if the horn is cut off and the strobe is flashing, it's called audible silence. On the outside of the school, they had EST Integrities horn strobes. It was the white version as well, and it's got the unique sound. I know it's a mechanical horn, but it's got a vertical strobe. Over that, it's got like a shield over that, like a weatherproof shield over that. The type of pulsations that they have, like I know it's Edwards Siga pulsations. That's the one with the lift and pull. But inside the pulsation, it's got a toggle switch. And the panel, I think it's somewhere in the office somewhere. So, so the old system at SRU was replaced by the simplex was replaced by EST. And I remember that school had an elevator for the students who are handicapped, or the carts. I mean, people or janitors, they do carts. I mean, they have carts to they use elevators, so they go to a different floor, like first floor, second floor. They have a ground floor, I believe. And they kept, and I know they had, so I know they had like the. You mean that school was pretty awesome to go to, though. I went to SRU when I was in the seventh grade. That was 2004 2005 school year. But I'm going to talk about the school that I went to, Lynch, Lynch Boston Elementary School in Athens, Pennsylvania. So I went there. So the pulsations that they had was, I think it was an Edwards pulsation. It was a coded pulsation. The bells, I think it was like Standard Electric or something like that. It's either, and the colors of the bells were gray. The big one, so the big bells are for like fire drills. They're like 10-inch bells, and the small ones, which is for changing classes. But now since Lynch Busting got remodeled back in 2002, it was replaced with the simplex system. So inside, they had the simplex true alert alarms everywhere inside the building, and we like MTs on the outside. But first it started out with the Wheelocks. It was code 3 on the inside and outside. I remember it was like so at row I was in room 305, hearing those alarms go off from the school next.
School over.
But recently they were replaced with the new wheel like MTs for the horizontal strobes. So and it was remodeled back in 2002, and they added the gym and they added the new library back in 2002. Add new classrooms, new offices. The type of post stations that they had at Lynch now is it was those coded post stations. Like I mentioned, I think it was a Edwards coded post station. It was replaced with the Simplex T bars because it had it was replaced with Simplex T bars. The high school, I think they had the old Edwards system, I believe. I think they had, I think they had the, I think they had the Edwards. I mean, I think they had the Edwards coded post station and the bells. That's so since the high school's been remodeled since 2004, replaced with the Simplex system. But and I'm just talking about the school that I went to and the farmlands that they had. I know the Ulster school. I know I went there for summer school. I think they had old. I think they had old Simplex coded post station and the bells. I don't know if they since Ulster schools closed, which was part of the district. Which was part of the district. So yeah, back in school, old Edwards or Standard Electric. It's either Edwards or Standard Electric coded post stations for Lynch. It was I know they were replaced with the T bars that the non coded post stations. So they had like the black button, which is push in, pull down, which those are the dual action T bars. And I couldn't forget what the models are. You know, I'm talking about the 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 post station at Lynch. So at the old main elementary school that I went to 2003 and 2004, 2002, 2003, and a 2003, 2004 school year. Two 2 years of sixth grade. So they had bells. So so the school had it was it was a 3-story school and it doesn't have I mean it so the school had no elevators. So only the only way that you can get up and down on the next floor on different floors is the stairs. On the second floor, there was the main office. On the first floor, there was there was a lot of classrooms. Cafeteria was on the ground floor, basically. So there was cafeteria, hallway there somewhere, and in the cafeteria there was like a portion for where they wash the trays and dishes and stuff like that. When people gets done eating lunches and stuff like that, they had two serving sections. I remember when they had two serving sections, which it was in alphabetical order. I think it was like from A to I think it was like A to A B C D E F G H or something like that. A to H and then I through Z, I believe. I think they had two sections of that. I mean, they had like two serving areas for and they usually goes by their last name. So the you I know they had tons of alarms. The I know they had those weird pole stations. That's the one with the break glass, but inside of it there's like a handle in one of those weird shaped pole stations, which is got like kind of shapes like an oval almost, but it's kind of oblong. But the the pole stations throughout the school, I think they had like it's either a simplex pulsations or Faraday or something like that. I don't even know if they even had Faraday, but I know they had bells for the big bells for fire drills. Some of them had red one. Some of the bells were red for for the drills for the fire drills. Some of them there were and some of the small bells. Some of them were red, and most of them they were gray. And I remember down on the floor, I had like a mini fire alarm system. They had like a mini fire alarm system that's almost to the cafeteria. So I know they had like a fire alarm panel, but it was a conventional one. So they had two pole stations. It was one of those old T bars, and I think they had like a smoke detector above it in the hallway that goes to the conventional alarm. I think it was a simplex. So I think there was only two of those. It only had two horn strobes. It was those older horn strobes. So it had I think it was a 2903 strobe plate. 29. I think it's a 9105 or something like that. 100 candela strobes, and it was a 9846 or a 9838 for the horn. I think it was like a two-zone fire alarm panel, but it was really it was old though. What's up, Burgundy Gold all day? Burgundy Gold all day introduced me to to you. I was like, thank you to Burgundy Gold all day and Nikki. So leaving off, this is talking about the alarms that they have at the old school before they tore it down. I know that they had, I know they had a small fire alarm system. I'm talking about. You mean I'm trying to explain. Okay, why is my computer acting up? I think it was a 4002. I think it had a 4002. I think it had a Simplex 4002 conventional fire alarm panel. That's probably what it had. So that's what the that's what the school had, but it was just a mini one. But throughout the school, it had so throughout the school, it had I know it had the Simplex cold pulse stations, and the bells were like a 10 inch. Some of them is red, like you mentioned. Some of them, couple of them on the top floor, they were red because some of them were replaced, and most of them throughout the school was gray, like dark gray. So the strobe that they had, I mean, the initiate, I mean, the notification device on the mini system, I know it had a 9038 on a 4903 9501 or something like that, where it's a 9105. It's got to be a 9105 strobe plate because it had the strobe on the top, and it was one of the clear strobes. I think it was one of the 110 candela ones. And I think the strobe was made from Gentex or something like that. Most of the alarm is the simplex. It was one of those mechanical horns, and it was on a strobe. It was on a strobe plate. The back end. So I'm talking about the old. It used to be Athens area middle school, but it was usually the main elementary. I mean, it's usually the main elementary school. It was a three-story school, had a chimney, and yes, it was old and stuff like that. So they tore it down. at Roe for the so back in 2005, 2006, and 2006, 2007 school year, I went to Roe, Harlan Row. It was junior high school. I mean, yeah, it was junior high school, but it's back to middle school. So the types of I don't know the alarm that they have is the notification devices that they have are the horns. I think some of them's like Federal Signal or Faraday or something like that. Some of the post stations, some of them's Faraday or some of them is Federal Signal or Couch or Simplex or something like that. And the post stations are coded, so they have like alarms in the hallway, couple of them in the gym. I know they're just horns, but I know they're loud and stuff like that. You mean the way in the color of the horns, they were like silver or something like that. Silver or I think they were like gray or something like that. Yeah, I think they were like silver or somewhere around that area, somewhere around that shade. It's in between silver and or gray. And most of it's like the gray, so I mean the gray color. So they had the trim plate, what's in front of the horn. Some of them had a like a grill that goes to the horn. In the office, they usually have like the red horn with those two red lights on them. You mean when when the alarm goes off in the office? I think the horn there was like a red box. It has like two lights on them. I think they lit up or something like that. I think they were incandescent lights. You mean there was two lights on one red thing in the office? I think it was another fire alarm or something like that. Much love, much love, much love. Back in Ulster, but in summer school, I know they had. I know it was at middle school. I mean, not middle school; it was elementary school. But now they closed since 2012 or 13. 2012 or 2013 since they closed. So they had bells for. I think they had bells for the alarm. I mean, for notification appliances, there was just bells and pulse the pulsations that they have for initiating devices. There were coded pulsations as either a simplex or something like that. I won't forget about 2000. I mean, 2001, 2001, 2002 school year, my fifth grade year. So it had so before so before Burnham got remodeled, they had I think they had a simplex station. I mean simplex or something like that, which it was a coded post station. I mean, they had. I know they had coded post stations throughout the school, but Gladys Berlin Elementary School that's closed now since 2012. But it was usually part of the district. So I went there for. So I went there 2000. I mean 2001 2002 school year when I was 10 going on 11 and I was in the fifth grade. So back in so so they replaced it with a firelight system. So they had system sensor P1224 1575s, which would be the system sensor Spectre Alert Classics, which would be the red version of it. And they had VG12 post stations, and they go off in code 3. Back in SRU, they have code 3 on inside and outside for the alarms. Sometimes it's kind of weird where it sets a Spectre alerts when they first go off. Sometimes it just goes off with the first blast and the strobe flashes. Then it counts to one of then it counts to then it starts to go off at a count of threes. It's kind of weird though. Or sometimes it just normally goes counts once of three one of threes and the counts of the threes and stuff like that. Normally code 3. Back at the old back at the Burnham Elementary School that used to be part of the Athens Air School District. So that used to be part of that. So it was Harriet Wood Child, I believe. So they had bells for the so this normally there's usually bells on inside and outside of the school, but the bells are for the bells that they I'm talking about the small bells, like the at least the 4-inch bells or something like that. They usually have it's usually have the it's usually used for changing schedules when the bell rings throughout the school. But back in middle school, there's usually a 10-minute warning bell. But some of the bells ring. Some of the we usually have a back in middle school we usually have a 10-minute warning bell. In high school, in high school we usually have a 10-minute warning bell because the bell would indicate 10 minutes left of the class before the classes, there's usually it takes about 5 minutes to basically pass in between classes. So they have to be in the classrooms, or they have to be in class before the late bell rings. And and now it's replaced with the intercom. They usually have a tone. I mean, they usually have a sound for the tone to do that as well. And people still calls that when the bell rings. I mean, basically, it's still bell. Basically, it's still a bell because they usually have a. It's usually when it's when it's on the when it's when the bell rings over the intercom and it comes up. Sometimes it comes up with a buzzing sound. Sometimes it comes up with a tone. Sometimes it comes with a chime. Back in the school, back at the high school, there's usually they have a speaker clock combination in each room, and they usually have a they usually have a tone for the announcements. But with the so yeah, they had a tone for the announcements before before they done the announcements. They usually have a tone, but when bell rings, it would have this chime thing. It would do that for 6 times because I remember they used to do that all throughout the school during high school. They used to do that 6 times. At row, they usually have just the tone. They usually just have they usually have a tone. I know they usually have a probably a special tone for that. So, moving on to the high school. So replaced before the school was replaced by Simplex, the newer Simplex, the addressable Simplex system. So they had they had the bells for the big bells for the fire drills and little bells for passing classes when it rings. And the pulsations that they had, it was Edwards coded pulsation. I know it looks similar to the 270 SPO, but it's not an 270 SPO. But it was Edwards. It was coded normally coded pulsations are bigger than the non-coded pulsations. If I could tell by the difference. Other than that, so the coded pulsations were replaced by the Simplex T bars, the Dulection T bars, and they had an they had fire alarm annunciator panels somewhere in the offices. But normally fire alarm panels are usually located in like a mechanical room or the boiler room or something like that. Inside the school, they had Simplex True Alert horn strobes, goes off in code 3. in the other parts of the school, the swimming pool area of the school, they had we like AS horn strobes, and they got we like RSS strobes. We like RSS or we like RS strobes, which is a wall mount in the swimming pool locker room. They have we like AS inside, but it had the shield all over that. In the restrooms, they usually have a simplex True Alert strobes, like the strobe only, but it's like a simplex True Alert without the horn. But in each room, in each classrooms, they usually have a simplex True Alert horn strobes. Simplex True Alert horn strobes. So I remember when they first go off. First to start out with like maybe 4 blasts when the strobe flashes. So let's say it does about 4 blasts or 5 blasts of the horn, which I thought is going to go off a pulse, and then it starts to go off and go 3, or sometimes in certain classrooms, sometimes the strobe flashes, but the horn wasn't going off yet. And then I would hear the other fire alarms in the hallways go off, and the wheel locks would be going off outside. Wheel lock MTs that they have outside. That's the one with the horizontal strobes, and the color of them were red. But the wheel lock strobes, they were not synchronized. But some of the strobes flash fast. Some of them flash slow. Some of them flash like the normal way, like 60. It's either one flash per second. And inside the school where the strobes, they usually they're synchronized. They usually flash at the same time as they synchronize, and the horns usually synchronize together. They usually sync together. Horn and strobes usually sync together. But with the horns, but with all the horns and but with all the horns and strobes not synchronizing, and the strobes will be flashing everywhere if they're not synchronized. So yeah, sometimes when we should have a fire drill, sometimes it just when the strobe on the alarm goes off, you mean no no sound of the alarm yet. Let's say about 7 seconds, and then the alarm goes off. So sometimes have some type of delay with the horns in some type of classrooms. And it's, it's kind of weird. Happens weird both ways. So normally usually just goes off, counts of one, two, three. So that's pretty much normal. So in each school, I think they had like smoke detectors each classrooms. I know they had pull stations for the T-bars or the pull stations. Boys and girls restroom. They got Simplex Truler strobes. In the boys' locker room, I know they had in the boys' locker room toward the old gym, they have we like AS horn strobes, and there was two of them. But in the hallway toward the pool, there was another Wheelock AS with a horn with the strobe. I mean, with the shield over that. So you got like few Wheelock ASs at the high school, and I'm pretty sure they sound like MTs, which they had and they set that to horn. I wonder if it's. I wonder if that is. I wonder if that's either set to continuous or code 3. And I'm pretty sure that these Wheelock AS sounds just like the MTs. So I remember when I first hear the back at the back at the Burnham Elementary School, but now it's recently closed. System sensor spectre alert classics, which they sound like a whistle when they go off, and it goes off at code 3 inside and out. You know, it's the red version of the classics. The system sensor spectre alert classics. In restrooms, they usually have simplex. I mean, not simplex. System sensor spectre alert classics strobe only. So they had like a multi-purpose room. They got a couple alarms there in there too. It's got to be at least two of them in there that had a shield over that post station on one of the doors. Two exit signs that goes out to the hallway to the school of the school. They usually have a pod where homeroom used to be. I mean, where classrooms are at. And I used to be in one of them. It was Mr. Hill's class, but it was my homeroom teacher that I had for my fifth grade year. Oh, that was back in grade 5. Back in 2001, 2002 school year. So those are the schools that I go through, explain what types of fathers that they have had and stuff like that. So the high school, the relax. I mean, the notification appliances on the outside, which there were the the Wheelock MTs with the horizontal strobes on the top, and it sounds just like the MT. Basically, it is an MT. MT's a horn, and it had a strobe on the top, and it usually goes off a continuous on the outside, code 3 on the inside. So at a workplaces at the VA, I used to work from April of 2018 through August of 2018. It was a rape. It's a place south of the Burger King. I used to. So normally I usually do. So so normally I usually do. Normally the run. I mean, usually Monday or Tuesday. I usually do like the back run. I mean front run. Probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday used to be the front run and all the rooms in the back, which included the boss's office. Remember cleaner, but the types, the alarms that they have, I think they have a firelight system. System sensor i3s, that would be their smoke detectors. System sensor mass, 1575 Candela, which that's the one with the horizontal strobes, and it's they used to call it the goofy strobe. So they have system sensor mass sounder strobes for the notification appliances. And one in one in the part of the building they usually have a they usually have a Gentex horn, but it was a white one. It was a Gentex Commander 3 horn, but no strobe, but just a horn. I think that goes to an I think it goes to like a security system or something like that. I know they had fire sprinklers there. The notification, I mean, okay, already did notification appliances. The initiating devices that they had, and I'm pretty sure it was a Firelight BG10 with the hex key. The Firelight BG10, and you should have a hex. Yeah, the hex key. It didn't have the key thing on the side. It has to be conventional. So the fire panels in the mechanical room somewhere. I believe it's got to be a Firelight MS4 conventional fireline panel or a Firelight MS5 UD or something like that, or MS10 UD or something like that. You mean I may be wrong with the fire alarm panel, but I know they had system sensor mass sounder strobes, and it's a fixed 1575 Candela strobes, and they're horizontal, and the alarm, the color of the notification appliances is usually red. Both faces are normally red. But nowadays, with the fire alarms, they usually have low frequency sounders. They got system sensor, Spectre Alert, Advanced, low frequency sounders, Gentex, low frequency sounders. They probably got one for Simplex True Alert. So at the Dandy downtown Athens, they have a system sensor Spectre Alert Advance, and the positions are BG8. That's got to be BG8 and BG8. That's got to be Notifier by Honeywell. At McDonald's, in my area, they have Simplex 2 alerts, and they have a sprinkler bell on the outside. When the bell goes off, it has to do with the sprinkler system. At the at the Page Manor, they have a Siemens fire alarm system. Well, before that, but at the White Sox and at the White Sox Dandy and the Waverly Dandy, I think they got the newer fire alarms, and it sounds similar to the System Sensor Spectre Alert Advance. And I know it's got like the System Sensor L series. I know they've got tones. I know they got high pitched tones. I think it's what is that, the 3,000 hertz, which is basically high pitch. Pretty much it will sound like a smoke detector. And the regular for the tone, it would sound like for the horn tone, it would sound like a System Sensor Spectre Alert Advance. Like the sound of those true alerts, those horns. I like the sound of those things. You mean they sound pretty? You mean they sound pretty awesome? The System Sensor L series. So at oldies, they have the System Sensor. It's either P2R or 4R. They got the System Sensor Spectre Alert horn strobes. Couple of them on the outside. Most of them on the inside. Some of them are speakers. I mean, I know. Yeah, could you imagine if System Sensor made their own? I know they made smoke detectors. I know they made i3s. I know they did. So, what else did I forget that I didn't tackle down? I know I've mentioned about the suspension of my Prime membership on Amazon, YouTube's flaws and stuff like that. Ads. Maybe I didn't do maybe a little bit of about ads, but I like to talk about ads, which are very annoying. And and yes, I love watching the fire alarm content. Like when they do the fire alarm content, when they do the testing, like pulling the fire alarm to see if it works, or setting off it by putting the magnet to a smoke detector. It depends what it depends what type of smoke detector it is, or they usually do light a match to it to test it off, or But the i3s, they usually have a test button. It has a green and a red light, and the red light goes on, the alarm triggers. The alarm definitely triggers then, and then horn and strobes would go off. So when they, so when they, so when oldies had, so when oldies have a, I know they got a firelight system. I know they got this. I think they got, it's either firelight or notifier. At the personal care home, I know they have like a silent night system. I don't know. I don't even know if it's compatible to Honeywell. I don't even know if it's either part of Honeywell or Firelight Notifier. I know the types of fire alarm name. I mean, names. I know there's Simplex, Grino, or something like that. Simplex, Gentex. I'm talking about the notification devices that they have. They got there's Gentex, System Sensor, Gentex, System Sensor, Wheelock, Siemens, Radionics. What else did I haven't mentioned about these days? Some of them are Faraday. That's right, Faraday. Some of them is Federal Signal. Those are the older. Those are the older alarms. Federal Signal, FCI, Fire Communications Instruments, I believe. Johnson Control, but wait, I don't even know if Johnson Control even have. They make horn strobes, speaker strobes, or chime strobes, or bells. I know there's Potter selector strobes. There's Mercom horn strobes. But the only Mercom horn strobe that's seen was a red version of it. It was in real life. It was down in White Sox, Pennsylvania. So Mercom, I think they got their own pole station. I mean, pole stations and fire alarm panels. I know Simplex got their own pole stations, smoke detectors, panels, and horn strobes, bells. horns, strobes, horn strobe combination, sometimes lights, sometimes I have a remote light, remote strobe, light plates, remote strobes, remote light. Sirius Pytronics, Radionics, the 405080 light plate with a 4051 or a 4050. Usually, so those alarms like that we don't see anymore. They're like rare, and the lens of the light is usually red. But basically, the lens of the light is red. Pretty much, they'll say fire rate on it. Sometimes it would have a flasher circuit in it when the horn goes off, and the light usually flashes, blinks off and on, off and on. Boy, too bad that they make more 4050 ones and more light plates, but turn into a strobe version of the light plate. Too bad if they do though. You know why the light plates are pretty cool? They usually have the light. Here's what I think about the light plates on what they put on. They could put bells on it, horns on it, sometimes a speaker to put on it, like a life alarm. Some of them is rear mount. They have a strobe plate or a light plate to have a horn behind it. One example, Space Age Electronics, strobe plate or a light plate. Sometimes sometimes they usually have a remote strobe or a remote light. Sometimes it's a remote horn only, remote light. I mean remote horn, remote light. Sometimes just a horn only, chime only, which means there's no strobe or light, which would be audio only. Cicada, which I believe they have a, I think they have a horn strobe. I forgot what the model of it is. And it sounds almost like the EST Genesis, but it's got the same, almost the same high pitched sound, but it's it sounds slightly different. Well, since it's 2 hours and 12 minutes to the live stream, which I would like to wrap this up. For my plan, I would like to learn how to and do more research about fire lines, but I like to get me a, like I said, a fire alarm panel. More like to get more pole stations. Like to get some fire alarm wire, and I would like to. You mean I know I got a pole station, but I like to get more of them. I like to get like a couple horn strobes. I like to get a panel. You mean the panel, which would be the brain of the fire alarm system? And I would like to learn how to program a fire alarm panel if it's addressable. But starting out with conventional is kind of easy though. But you mean I know I've done researches of the videos, but not just the videos. I've done researches of the. You mean I've done more researches, the researches, the researches. So at the Page Manor, which would be the high rise building, so they got like Siemens ZH ZH MCRs. Yeah, Siemens MCRs. They sound like we like NSs, and they were and they were so pretty much they're has like a. I know it has the basically it's got to be like NS horn in it. And it looks similar to the alarm itself. It looks similar to the Wheelock or identical to the Wheelock Z and S. And those were the wall mounts. So basically, Wheelock was rebranded by Siemens. The pole stations, I think they have MS2s, but can't be the MS2s. But it had the Siemens fire alarm pole stations and the panel, and it had Siemens smoke detectors in each rooms. So I hope you guys have a great night. People who came, thanks for coming. I know it's like to do better on the live stream, but hopefully I'll see you guys when I get back to go back to streaming. If my computer is acting up, which it shouldn't be because it was working yesterday. And I just got this computer fixed back in September, and I got to deal with the damn lag. Right now it's about 8:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I get just about maybe 10 minutes. I'll be wrapping the stream up. I'm gonna try to get the times even. Like to do some shout outs to these to these fire alarm people. I mean, fire alarm channels, fire alarms and such. Pickle 700, Safety Security Alert, New Age, the official New Age server alarm, which I love those fire alarm channels, fire alarm community on the here on YouTube on this platform. Tornado Frig 1994. ARA Productions, Black Lightning 4547, Aaron Productions, Charlie Davidson, Safeman 4202, TSSC Man 123, Fire Alarm Guy 13, Fire Alarm Dude 5967, this First Alert Exit Science 250, or any other fire alarm channels that I might think of. Happy birthday, Risky, which I'll make you a shout out here on the stream right now. Happy birthday, Risky. And I hope you had a great day, Risky. Jack Williamson, another fire alarm channel. Shout out to all these fire alarm channels. Fire Freak 57. Firefighter 4202. I think I said that. NJ Moo 3652. Fire alarm 92,000. I mean 9200. Fire alarm 9200. KCIN 556. Fire and alarm 1234. Frosted strobes. I won't forget about frosted strobes. That's another good fire alarm content channel. Safe Tech. The SDX. I think that's another one of the fire alarm channel. The SDX, known as the Fire Alarm Collector. We can shout out. I know that channel has 4,000 subscribers, and I know that channel's working his butt off. Try to think of the other channels that contains alarms. Joshua Williams, another fire alarm channel. Fire alarm dude, 56. Wait a minute, 5967. Fire alarm dude, 5967. Fire alarm tech 9. Fire alarm tech guy 4477. What else I haven't forget? SER safety. Fire alarm 5000. Another great channel. In about 3 minutes, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream. Happy birthday to you, Risky. RISKYY. Happy birthday, Risky. Hopefully I hope you had a great day on your Thursday, and I hope you had a great day. I know it's been a rainy day coming from Zeta, which I think that's the remnants of the hurricane. And I know the high school football. I know of the schools they were cut off due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which that was just pretty dumb. I mean, I know it's not their fault that they had to cancel the sports and academics and school activities because they were canceled because the blame is COVID-19, which that's definitely the blame. Blame that. And who started it? China did it. Blame China for all this. For the COVID-19. Forced people to close places and that's not even funny when this year is all this year is all screwed up. So I hope you guys had a happy Halloween. I know Halloween's on the 31st of October. I know it's in 2 days. I know today's only the 30th. Not the 30th, the 29th. Friday's the 30th, and Saturday would be the 31st. And then November 30th. I mean November 31st. I mean, wait a minute. November has 30 days. October has 31 days. So thanks for tuning in, people who participated in the chat. Hello, Jim Slimscaping. How are you? Let me see if I can add you to. I'm gonna add you blue. If my computer is so slow. Of course, I was up to 8 likes. Now I'm down to 6 likes. They shouldn't be taking back my. They shouldn't be taking back the likes. So how's it going, Jim's Landscape? LLC1. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Mod Squad. I want to make sure that you're blue. So I hope everybody had a great day. But I know it was rainy and wet and soggy. It was rainy, wet, and soggy, and pretty much gloomy. So right now, I'm just gonna end pretty much the stream, and I got to wrap it out and see how many views I'd get out of it. But since there isn't much people in here, but I like to build my channel right back up. I like to build the stream right back up since my stream's been down, and I know I have been done streams. I know I done one Tuesday night, but it got cut off because my internet was out of whack. So I hope you guys have a great night. So I hope you guys have a great night, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have a great night. If any so any topics that I might have forgot to mention, so I hope you guys have a great night. It's nice to see you, Jim's Landscape. So I hope you have a great I hope you have a great night. This is your boy T Studio X signing out. We'll see you on the next stream. And hopefully I will do a full month of live stream in the month of November. And hopefully I would record the Thanksgiving edition for for Thanksgiving. I like to do it on my phone, but I can't. Not unless you get to 1,000 subscribers, but I'm nowhere near 1,000 subscribers yet. You mean it's so hard to get subscribers anymore because YouTube always takes them away. And it's ridiculous because of the purge, which I hate it. I hate it so bad. I'm not the only one that hates it. There's some people on this platform hates it too. You mean I wish YouTube they could get rid of that. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a great day, great night. I love each and every one of you, which includes fire alarm content, car content, lawn content, and landscaping content, which includes Tree Trimmer 82. I love Tree Trimmer 82. He's awesome. I love each and every one of you guys on this platform that are the ones that are real. The TR show. I love the TR show. He rocks. And I love each and every one of them. Burgundy and Gold fan all day. I love him as well. He rocks. He rock as well. I love the scratchy community, the slot community, almost every content that I possibly love. You mean I love the reaction content as well. Music content. I like music content as well. But so I like to mention about the before I wrap it up, I want to mention about the time limit on the phone and tablets or cameras or something like that, camcorders. Don't you hate it when you are you're in the middle of recording? It's either music, let's say you get into the best part of the music, like the interlude of the music, and the camera quits because you're out of storage, and it's freaking ridiculous because you're in the middle of a song and you ran out of memory space, and it's ridiculous. Why can't they make more memory space plus they should make more they should make more video time. They need more video time. The recording time to put a whole song in, especially when especially the people who are making their own songs for the original song or a cover song, or let's say I'm in the middle of ranting or I'm in the middle of a review or something like that. This is what I hate when the camera just cuts off while I'm not even done reviewing about the item what I have. I freaking hate that. It cuts off because it in the memory space gets full. How in the heck does the memory space get full that fast in a short period of time? It's just I just don't get it. I think I mentioned about that in the last stream, but like I said, during the video time when you record stuff, they should let you do your thing while you're on the video. While you're in the video, like unwrapping stuff. Like, let's say you bought something online and you want to show it to your people that are on YouTube and and you want to record. You mean yes, people love doing that editing and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, editing is pretty cool to spice up the videos, which I think it's pretty cool. So this is what I hate. Like while I'm in the middle of something like doing a review, playing guitar or playing music, or I'm in the middle of ranting or a vlog or something like that, the camera cuts off because I hit the limiter, which I think is freaking it's freaking ridiculous. Why can't they make more video time? Make more space. Come on. That's what I hate about time limits on phones and tablets and cameras and stuff like that. Time limits suck, especially when you're on the recording time limit. That's what I hate about time limits on on the phones and stuff like that. Why can't you just make us? I mean, let us record the whole thing as we do reviews. Sometimes mukbangs when people are eating online. I know mukbangs. I know they're popular videos. That would suck. Let's say you're in the middle of eating. Let's say if you're in the middle of eating and you're in the middle of eating and the camera cuts off and all of a sudden you see you push the record button and then the clock is not even on there because the limiter it just hit the limiter. That's what I hate about the stupid time limits. They suck. So other than that, I'm going to wrap up the stream for this Thursday night at 8:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this rainy night. This is your boy, one and only T Studio X, signing out. If anybody loves to be part of the T Studio Marines, make sure you show, make sure you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and leave a genuine comment to one of my videos, make sure you leave a genuine comment and hopefully I will do that back. I would leave a genuine comment. And I want to make sure it sticks because, like I said, for the last 3 or 4 months, I had these subscribers flaking off because the ones that are so the ones that they didn't stick. I'm pretty sure the ones that are flaking off. I'm pretty sure they were robots, stuff like that. So let's see if we get this channel off the ground. I'd like to see the YouTube perch hit the fan, not our subscribers will we gain, but I hate when we gain subscribers and they take them back. That's bullshit. That's what I would say. And YouTube needs to fix your crap. I mean, YouTube should fix their flaws. What they are creating, they're creating problems instead of solving problems. They're creating more problems than solutions. So here's why I don't like anything about the bots spamming low quality subscribers like sub for sub. I do not do sub for sub. I don't do that at all. That's what YouTube should do. They should take the ones that are, they should take the ones that are fake, like imposters. Like when the person who imposes, when the people are, when the people is, when the people is impost, when the people, when a person is copying your channel and they try to hack your channel, one of these fakes, and plus the bots, the spam bots, all of that should be kicked off the platform. Because here's what I think of the bots. The bots are, they're nothing. You mean, here's what I would say: bots does not count. The ones that are the ones that are real, that's worked by humans. Those are real. And I go for the real ones, and everybody should go for the real stuff. So, other than that, I'm going to wrap up the stream, and this is your boy T Studio X signing out. Make sure you hit that like button. If you missed the stream, I would leave it up for the playback. That's what I would do. So hopefully I would get views out of this. 2 hours and 52 minutes, almost a 3 hour stream. So other than that, this is your boy T Studio X signing out. Please be loyal. Please be loyal. Please be respectful. When you watch a video in full, that's what I do, and I leave a genuine comment. And please write the comment about the video and share this whole and please share this stream out. And I hope you have a great night. And this is your boy T Studio X signing out. The host is signing out. Peace.